Judgment by Ken Mello. Chapter 1. The Awakening. The jungle heat of Mindoro clung to Corporal J.R. Augusto Casimiro's skin like a second uniform. Rain lashed the canopy overhead, turning the military outpost's red dirt into slurry. At 25, J.R.'s eyes still held the earnest determination of a new Philippine Army graduate, but his knuckles were white around his rifle. The orders crackled over the radio. Clear Sector 7 point. Hostile tribal resistance suspected. Hostile. The word tasted like ash. He'd seen the satellite images, thatch huts, children's footprints in mud, the ancient forests the Bahagan tribe called home. Not insurgents, guardians. His platoon moved like shadows through the emerald gloom, the scent of wet earth and decaying leaves thick in their nostrils. Sergeant Delgado's hand signal halted them at a ridge. Below, smoke curled from a hidden village. Remember, Delgado hissed, no witnesses. The president's brother wants this land cleared by sundown. JR's grip tightened. The Bahagan, his mother's lullabies had whispered of their wisdom. Now, he was ordered to erase them. Chaos erupted. A grenade, tossed from unseen hands, arced through the downpour. JR lunged, shoving a young private behind a moss-crusted boulder. The blast was a physical thing, a roar of heat and shrapnel that slammed him into the mud. Darkness swallowed him, then light, not the jungle's filtered green, but a radiance that seared his closed eyelids. An angel stood before him, wings not of feathers, but of woven storm clouds and sunlight. J.R. Augusto Casimiro. Its voice resonated in his bones, not his ears. Blood of Yud, son of Clopas, heir of David's hidden branch. The covenant lives in you. Visions flashed, desert caravans, a desperate sea voyage, a dark-skinned woman with Bahagan tattoos hiding a crying infant, his ancestor beneath bamboo floors as Spanish boots stormed the shore. The lineage sheltered, waiting. He awoke choking on blood and rain. Pain screamed from his ribs. Above him, a Bahagan elder with eyes like cracked obsidian daubed his forehead with bitter herbs. The rock spared you, soldier, the elder murmured, but your own commanders will not. The hut smelled of smoke and crushed ginger. Outside, screams, automatic gunfire. JR staggered to the doorway. His platoon was advancing, bayonets fixed on Bahagan women shielding children with their bodies. Sergeant Delgado's voice cut through the rain. Burn it. Burn them all. JR's hand flew to his holster. Empty. His rifle lay in the mud. The angel's words echoed air. Covenant. Without thought, he ran. He threw himself between Delgado's raised machete and the Bahagan girl. Stand down. JR roared, his uniform plastered to his skin. The Philippine flag on his sleeve a grotesque parody. Delgado's laugh was a bark. Traitor. The bullet tore through JR's shoulder, spinning him to the ground. Blood warmed the cold mud. He gasped, staring at the swirling gray sky. Was this the purpose? To die uselessly? Then a hiss. Not from the sergeant, from the earth itself. Emerald vipers, hundreds of them, poured from termite mounds and flooded roots. They flowed like a living river over Delgado's boots. Soldiers screamed, batting at scaled bodies coiling around legs, thighs, throats. Guns fired wildly into trees. JR watched, breath ragged, as the snakes ignored the Bahagan completely. A viper brushed his wounded arm, not a bite, but a caress. The elder knelt beside him. The forest knows its king, he whispered. You are the one the last elder prophesied before he joined the ancestors. The son of David who walks among thorns. The surviving soldiers fled, abandoning jeeps and weapons. Silence fell, broken only by the rain and the Bahagan's soft weeping. JR lay shivering, the snake's touch still tingling on his skin. The elder, whose name was Apa Ilig, bound his shoulder with jungle fibers. They will hunt you now, like they hunted your bloodline for centuries. JR touched the mud-streaked flag on his arm. The symbol he'd sworn to protect had ordered genocide. His identity, soldier, Filipino, Catholic, shattered. Only one truth remained, seared into him by vipers and visions. I am J.R. Augusto Casimiro, descendant of kings, protector of the Bahagan. Where do we go? He rasped. Apelig's gaze drifted east, toward the sea. Home, child, to the island of your birth. Ramblan holds your next trial, and your first miracle. The journey was a fever dream. They moved by night through suffocating jungle. Bahagan scouts melting into shadows JR couldn't penetrate. His wound burned. Visions flickered at the edge of sight. Roman eagles. A shepherd boy holding a sling. A man weeping in a garden. Not my will, but yours. A voice not his own whispered in the wind. Apelig fed him bitter roots that blurred pain into prophecy. The soldiers call you deserter, the elder said as they hid beneath a waterfall's thunder. The government will name you terrorist. The priests will call you blasphemer. Can you bear these crowns, son of Joseph's forgotten brother? JR clutched the damp earth. He thought of his mother in Alcantara, hanging laundry beneath coconut trees. Unaware her quiet son carried a lineage that would shake empires. I bear what I must, he said. Dawn found them on a stolen banka, the outrigger cutting through waves like glass toward Ramblan's distant blue silhouette. JR watched Mindoro shrink behind them, the island where he'd died as a soldier and been born as something stranger. Apelig chanted softly, sprinkling crushed shells into the sea. The waters remember, he said. They carried your ancestors from Jerusalem's ruin to Mindoro's shores, and now to your redemption. The sea is your blood's road. Salt spray stung JR's wound. He touched the bandage. Redemption. The word felt too clean for the mud, and blood staining his soul. He hadn't saved the Bahagan village, only scattered bones, and ash remained. He'd traded his honor for a destiny he didn't understand. Ramblan's cliff rose like weathered fists from the sea. As they neared Alcantara's cove, JR saw his childhood. The white church spire, the mango trees heavy with fruit, the path where he'd chased goats instead of insurgents. Apelig's hand gripped his arm. Hide your wound, hide your purpose. The serpent's enemies have long ears. They beached the boat in a hidden inlet. JR stumbled onto sand, knees buckling. The elder caught him. Rest, then climb. He pointed to the island's highest peak, Tablas's mystried summit. Meet your God in the high places, as Moses did. He waits for you with fire and a sword. JR hid in the sea caves until dusk. Memories haunted the shadows, his father's calloused hands teaching him to net fish, his mother's rosary beads clicking as typhoons roared. Simple faith, simple love. Could it survive what he carried? At moonrise, he began to climb. Thorn vines tore his skin. Boulders shifted beneath his boots. Halfway up, pain and doubt overwhelmed him. He collapsed against an ancient narrow tree. Why me? He screamed into the wind. I'm no king. I'm no savior. Lightning split the sky, a silent, blinding fork that struck the tree beside him. Not with destruction, but transformation. Flames erupted, not consuming the wood, but purify it, turning bark into swirling gold, leaves into emerald glass. A voice spoke, not from the sky, but from the burning heart of the tree. You are the branch they thought was cut off. In wilderness, I forge my weapons. Climb higher, JR. The skull and the soldiers await. Ramblan's judgment begins with you. He climbed through the night, the burning trees light his guide. At the summit, dawn bled across the archipelago, 100 islands scattered like God's own jewels. Exhaustion vanished, clarity struck like the lightning. Below, Ramblan slept, 12 municipalities, 200,000 souls, unaware that divinity had anchored itself on their shores. JR raised his hands, not in prayer, but surrender. The vision descended, golden skull, Roman steel, his own severed head held high by a soldier laughing with the tycoon's face, martyrdom. The price, wind howled around him, carrying the scent of ozone and distant rain. He knew what came next, miracles, betrayal, a fog that would choke the unworthy. The soldier within him saluted the life he'd lost. The air within him knelt. Then let it begin, JR Casimiro whispered to the rising sun. For the Bahagan, for the line of David, for Ramblan.